Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1988 comedy Twins, starring Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Also co-starring is Kelly Preston. So we're going to get into her character in a minute. Because this film I think it's really the first comedy that Arnold Schwarzenegger actually starred in. Because up to that point, he was mostly doing just action films, from the Conan movie, the two Conan movies, to the Terminator, the Predator, which came out a year before this film did. So he was mostly known. It was mostly known for action films. So I guess he decided that was getting tired of doing action films and decided to do just a silly comedy, and that's what this was. Of course, Danny DeVito was pretty hot at that time doing comedies. First starring in Taxi, and then of course the Romancing the Stone films. So the two of them got together and did this film. Of course, in the movie Twins, you had to really suspend your disbelief for watching this movie. And those of you who never seen this movie before, when the movie starts off with a prologue about this genetic scientist who got the best person in each field, the best looking guy, the smartest guy, the one that's most athletic, the one who's the most intelligent person in the world, and he got like the DNA, and inject their DNA into this one woman to get her pregnant and to have this perfect baby. The smallest, the strongest, the most athletic person in the world, and instead of having, and they expected her to just give birth to one woman, to one baby, she actually gave birth to twins. So you have not one but two people two babies who were supposed to be the best in every field you could think of. The problem was that most of the good stuff, I'm talking about the intelligence, the athletic build, being the best athlete, the goodness, went to Arnold Schwarzenegger half, and all the bad stuff, or the bad junk, as Danny DeVito calls it, into Danny DeVito. So Danny DeVito didn't get the height, of course, because he's quite short. I think he's just as short, if not shorter than I am. He's got the short. He's got all the, he's not quite as intelligent as Schwarzenegger is. Characters, his brother's supposed to be. He wasn't athletic. He's not tall. He's not strong. He does have some common sense in his brain, but all the intelligence went to Schwarzenegger. He got screwed, genetically screwed, pretty much. And they found out that the mother died in childbirth, which wasn't true. Which you find out in the course of the movie that wasn't true. And the mother, I should point out, was played by Bonnie Bartlett. I don't know if she's still alive, but she was. For those of you who don't know, she played George Hazard's mother in the North and South television series. In the miniseries North and South, I think it's the first two, movies, North and South 1 and North and South 2. So that's the only role that I know it from. Unfortunately, it's from North and South. But anyway, she was the mother, and she actually, over the course of the movie, Schwarzenegger and DeVito found out that she was actually alive, and then they lied to her. She says, that she had a son, and the son died in childbirth. The son actually was alive, and she also didn't know that she actually had twins. And the one that had all the good stuff, all the genetically engineered stuff, was living for 35 years on an island. That's off of Fiji, and they gave him training, and they worked with him, and they studied him, in a scientific view, but he also was teaching him. the basics, math, science, history. That was teaching him all this stuff, and he got, was able to understand everything. But Danny DeVito, he had to struggle in life because he wasn't trained like Schwarzenegger was trained. And of course, after 35 years, Schwarzenegger decided to look for he found out he had a twin brother, so he looked for his brother. And it was Danny DeVito, who was living in LA. He just got arrested for unpaid parking tickets. So Schwarzenegger visited him in jail. And of course, Danny DeVito says, "Oh, it's just like looking into a mirror." Of course, Schwarzenegger was telling him teaching him how to be good, how to be good towards people, and how to be a good person and stuff. And meanwhile, Danny DeVito was teaching him about life, and how to romance a woman, which he does with Kelly Preston's character, who happened to be the sister of the woman that Danny DeVito was dating. So there's that connection there. That Danny DeVito was dating a woman, and Kelly Preston happened to be this woman's sister, and Kelly Preston actually does have a sex scene with Schwarzenegger, which they should also point out it was also I think it was really maybe the second love sex scene that Schwarzenegger did, because he did do a sex scene in the first Conan the Barbarian movie. So this really was the second sex scene he had, but this one was really romantic scene, and you see Kelly Preston's butt in this movie. And of course, I recently reviewed a movie she did called Mischief, which she was totally naked in, and which is the most famous scene in Mischief. And you see her in a sexy lingerie, and she's on the bed on her knees, and her rear end was sticking out a little bit. So you see her rear end a little, but that's about as sexy as it got for a while. For who wants your pervs out there who want to see Kelly Preston naked. But I remember that she actually did an interview with this movie because you see there was a lot of hype because it was Schwarzenegger's first comedy film, and it said, I was so scared that during this love scene because he's so big and so muscular and so heavy. I thought that Arnold was going to crush me to death. When we were filming the scene, the sex scene. So, but regardless of that, you did have a silly subplot where Danny DeVito steals this drug dealer's car, and the drug dealer was supposed to deliver this car with all the drugs in the trunk to Houston. So Danny DeVito does it. He intercepts the tape message and stuff, kind of like Mission Impossible with a tape message, and he does deliver the car. And there was like some kind of crazy backstabbing, double cross stuff in that scene. But regardless, Danny DeVito, he got convinced by Schwarzenegger to deliver the car, to do the right thing, deliver the car and stuff, and in which he did. He informed the FBI, the Drug Enforcement, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and he did get a reward. And because of that reward, Schwarzenegger and DeVito started this company together, and they both worked together. And and not only that, but they married the two girls in the movie. Danny DeVito married his girlfriend, and Schwarzenegger married Kelly Preston's character, in the film. And the two guys got naturally the wives pregnant, and they ended up delivering both women delivered twins. So the two twins had twins of their own, which makes the the ending funny, but. To me, it was like one too many silly subplots, especially the drug dealing stuff, and not only that, but there was also a bunch of three brothers who Danny DeVito's character owes money to, and they're constantly coming for DeVito to beat him up, and Schwarzenegger saves his ass and beats up the three guys, and one of them was played by character actor Maury Chafin, who was in Dances with Wolves, who was in My Cousin Vinny. He was in the movie War Games with Matthew Broderick. So he's a pretty good character actor, and he was one of the three brothers who would keep going after Danny DeVito, because Danny DeVito owes the three guys money. It's like one silly subplot after the other, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's not, you know, they'll get, some funny moments there because I do like Danny DeVito, and it's also nice to see Schwarzenegger do a. And I think Schwarzenegger, because of his size and his muscular build, he's not really that believable as a comedic actor. I mean, he's done some comedy movies like Kindergarten Cop or Last Action Hero. He has done some comedies, but I don't think he is quite that. I think he's quite awkward. At least in the movie Twins, it looks like he's quite awkward with the material. The other two movies I mentioned comes out later, like a decade later. So he, like, maybe a little more better with the material, could work with it a little bit more. And it took like 10 years to make it believable that he could do a comedy, but in Twins, I felt like he was kind of awkward. Dan DeVito wasn't awkward at all because he was used to doing comedies for like at least 10 years. At that point, starting with, of course, with Taxi, and then, of course, the other movies I mentioned earlier, the Romancing the Stone movies. But this movie, Schwarzenegger was completely awkward and completely outcast that guy's type. But the movie is kind of enjoyable for what it was. I do kind of recommend this film, especially if you happen to be a Danny DeVito or Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. So that's my review of the movie Twins. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel, rowdyc.com. That's all WDY. C.com. That's a homepage for Valley Reviewer. Chris Moore. And please check out all those videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.